We just can't say goodbye.
I'm low-key hating right now. I thought of
How we know y'all's a singing group? Why don't y'all sing something for
Yeah.
Hey.
When you edit this, that you can fix my voice so it sounds good. But you know, it is what it is. Cut the intro music. Here we go. Another episode of Back in the Days with one of my top 5 favorite movies. I'm gonna be honest with you. The 5 Heartbeats.
Yup.
So,
Yeah.
as we know, it's written by Robert Townsend and Keenan Ivory Wayans.
I did not.
Everybody didn't know that one.
Yeah.
But they worked on the movie in, I believe, 88. And they took it to Warner Bros. They was like, nah, we're not feeling it. So that led Keenan Ivory Wayans to go to Fox and do In Living Color.
Oh, that's okay.
That's how that started. And Robert Townsend went back into the workshop. He started working on the movie some more. And I believe in 1990, he got the okay.
Wow.
And this came out in 91. So they start filming in 90, start working on it. And I mean, I feel like for me, this is one of those other classic black movies that was just like influential black movies to where I wanted to sing. I obviously can't sing. But when it was, ain't got no money, ain't got no fancy car, don't live the life of a millionaire. Now, I wish when you edit this that you could fix my voice so it sounds good, but you know, it is what it is.
Hey, no, that was crazy. You know, he was supposed to, Keenan Ivory Wayans was supposed to play JT too.
I wouldn't like that for real.
I know, that's why I died. Yeah, because he was.
Hey, Leon did his thing as JT.
Yeah, without
and everything he do.
Yeah, because I don't know, him playing he's supposed to be the pretty boy and stuff like that. Yeah, that's.
I mean, and he was moving. A Low Down Dirty Shame.
Yeah, he was.
But he wasn't like, I'm a singer smooth.
I know, and then that would have been hard to see because everybody done seen him already. So I think Leon did a good job because you really didn't see him too much yet. But with this one, like Keenan Ivory Wayans, like you saw his stuff, and I don't know if you would have been able to be like, he can't sing. You know what I mean? You would have took it serious. Yeah. So that's okay. Dang, that's crazy. You know what's crazy to me? They said that Eddie Kane. It was not Eddie Kane.
I know, yeah.
That was crazy. He was saying with a southern accent.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Eddie King Jr.
Eddie Kane.
Yeah, he was saying Kane. Yeah, so everybody thought it was Eddie Kane, but it was Eddie King. So that was crazy to me. That
like half my life I thought it was Eddie Kane.
I thought it was too. when he went to the door and started knocking on it, it was like, you want to be me, Flash? You know, and he was like, can't be Eddie Kane Jr. You know what I mean? But I thought it was Kane. And that thing, and even that scene, they said that Flash and Eddie really got into it on that one. Like they was really feeling like a group.
Yeah.
So they said that when he banged on the door like that the Flash guy that played the character, he's a black belt. So he went to Robert Townsend and said, I'm a black belt, and he can't be doing it like that. I was like, wow. He said something like, you whoop his ass if you do. I was like, that's crazy. They really got into it. But
they should have jumped on Flash.
The whole group, that would have been crazy though. Man, but I feel you on this. It's a top 5 for sure. And to me, they said it didn't do good though when it went to theaters. Man, but what happened was they to promote it, they was going on like doing little concerts and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had the I forgot what they said. It was the Odells that was actually singing backstage, but they was acting like they were singing on stage. So they actually went on like a little concert tour to promote it, but they said it didn't do good when it got to theaters. So, but the crazy thing is, I'm like, I don't know how it's a cult classic now. So it's like
it happens.
It's a top one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened. I couldn't believe that it didn't do good. Because when we watched this movie, we like, bruh, all the actors are on point. There's no actor that fell off on this movie. Like every actor was on point. Sarge, Big Red, like all these actors is on point.
And this movie gave you everything because like Big Red looks scary.
I know.
So like it gave you that this is obviously gonna be the villain. And we've seen the part where he sees Jimmy and his wife and he kisses her hand and she pulls it back. I was like, this dude is a bad dude already. You just knew he was gonna be shady in some way. And as you watch the movie, you see that my office hours are from 9 to 5. And if you don't respect that, we're gonna be dangling you off this balcony.
Exactly. And guess what? You know that was based on a real scenario.
I heard that. And I was like, has this been like a thing all throughout the music industry or what? Because
they said that's basically what was happening back then. They said it was Jackie Wilson that had that happen to him.
And it happened again after this, of course, but with Suge Knight. Yeah. And I'm like, so everybody was just like, okay, I'm in the music business, and to put fear in people, I'm gonna dangle them off a balcony.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's crazy to me.
That's crazy. I know. They said that the dance sequence where Sarge was teaching them how to dance. Yeah. They said the reason that was in black and white photos was because they ran out of money during that time, so they had to use that. But Robert Townsend said he actually turned out to be a good thing because he said it made him have to be more creative. So when they had those photos just flashing, going, he said he came up with that whole scene. I was like, man, that's crazy. He right though. When you don't have a lot of money, you got to get creative. Yeah. So it really helped you to get more creative. But when you just got the money, you can just do whatever. You know what I mean? And we see that in some movies where they got the whole budget, but it don't turn out the way you wanted to. Yeah. So
I got another interesting fact the part about the cast. Do you know who he had wanted to play Eddie King Jr.? And Dollface?
Nah.
So Robert Townsend had wanted to get Denzel Washington as Eddie King Jr. and Whitney Houston as Dollface. Now, as you just spoke about, they didn't have the budget back then. So one of them said it's not a good budget. One said it's too small of a role. Now I'm assuming that was Whitney Houston because Dollface had a very small role.
She did have a very
So I feel like I understand why they said no, and honestly, I'm okay with them saying no because I like the movie how it is. But I don't even see Denzel singing like that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That like the certain characters you wouldn't have took it as serious. Yeah. Like, but because you didn't really see these ones in movies, it was like you actually took their role serious. I wouldn't see Denzel on that scene, the talent show scene, where it was a big talent show and Duck got mad because they was playing the wrong thing and he went out there like everybody don't realize that was the make it or break it point. Yeah. And for Eddie King, since I know it's King now,
Kane.
For Eddie King to stay up there and grab the mic and just go, I was like, bruh, without him, it would have been broke.
Look, this is crazy. So I'm watching the movie, and it's at the very beginning, at the part you don't really pay attention to. So they were waiting on Eddie King Jr. And Bobby was the lead singer. Yeah. The one that got shot.
Yeah. And
I was like, so it was Dresser came in and was like, oh, they not here, so you have to sing to Duck. And he was like, Eddie not here either, but we don't need him. So I'm watching, I'm like, this whole time, y'all felt like he wasn't important to the group like that. Yeah. Then he became the lead singer because Bobby didn't show up. So now I'm wondering, like, what was the group before that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
That's crazy. I realized it too when I watched it again that was Bobby. And I was like, And then he didn't show up because that car hit him. You know what I mean? But I was like, what the heck? You right. I didn't realize he said that they don't need him. Bruh. And I'll be real. I watched this movie again and Eddie King Jr. Without him, one of my favorite scenes, I'm gonna just throw out there real quick, is the where Dresser was caught, was like, in the hallway talking about he had that baby on the way. And what's name was like, love more than life itself. But he was like, they gave me this number.
Big Red gave him the number to get rid of that baby.
Yep. And Eddie was like, he stopped him. He grabbed it. He's like, didn't you say you love it more than life itself? And he was like, yeah. He grabbed it, got whatever he had in his pocket, and gave it to him.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I just got chills right now.
You feel me?
Cause that part, every time I see it, I'm like,
I know, bro. And I don't know if people really know how much of a factor Eddie Kane was, bro. Like, I watched it back, and I'm like, without him, they would have never made it.
Yeah.
He had to grab that mic when everybody was throwing stuff at them on stage and just riff like nobody could do it. You feel me? And they actually had people there.
It was all or nothing, like you said. It was all or nothing.
So
he knew that.
Just that scene give me chills. There's no scene, I'll be like, bruh, it's crazy. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up. That's, bruh. And when he picked her up and kissed her.
Girl in the front row, and she just passed out.
Yeah. Hey, that's I was just gonna say, like, that's, nobody know how much of a big factor he was, and for them to say that, I did not catch that. That's crazy. I know what you say. Like, so was Bobby even better then?
That's what we don't know. Like, we never heard him sing again after that. We never seen him in no other group.
They never even brought him back or nothing. Did he even make it? They kind of made it seem like he didn't even. I'm like, they just gonna ditch him after that.
Yeah, we didn't see him for the rest.
Yeah, we didn't see him for the rest of the movie. I'm like, so that kind of tell me he might have died because he cheated with them people. But yeah, that was they said, oh man, this is a crazy thing. They said that Duck's sister scene almost didn't make the cut because the studio just didn't like the scene setup. Him walking around picking up the papers off the floor, singing from it.
I'm not mad at them not liking that.
Yeah, they thought it was corny.
I'm not mad at them not liking that because I was watching it and I was like, you not just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna grab this one out the trash and I know exactly that this will go here. I'm gonna get this one out the drawer and I know this one will go. You don't know you put those papers up, but it's a great scene because of the singing.
Yes, the singing, the sister voice. That's what they said. The sister voice, because of it. Yeah, that's why. And they were saying because of her voice, that's the reason they kept it in. And it's the song itself was called No Matter How Hard It Gets, We Haven't Finished Yet.
I think he really sing.
This was, I was like, there's so much of life ahead. Yeah. We got so much to do.
He's like right here.
You feel no matter how hard we try. No matter how hard we try.
See?
We just can't say goodbye.
I'm low-key hating right now. I want y'all to know that right now.
Really? Nah, that one give me chills too because I know what you mean though. You're not just gonna pick up papers, but the way that just the whole song together was crazy to me. Like, and of course, the other favorite scene for me, you know, it had to be when they got pulled over, bruh. And it was like,
that's a favorite to you?
It's just not a favorite, but it's one of the ones that's in there for a reason. You feel me? That you felt it, the feeling that they had after that, because you know they pulled him out the car and was like, "How we know y'all's a singing group? Why don't y'all sing something for?" Yeah. And he was like, they looked at him, was like, and they had that one song, and they was like, "I got nothing but love for you, baby." Yeah. I was like, shh. And then when Duck was driving, when they was driving back, and he was singing
the national anthem or something like that. And I was like, that was hard. Yeah. And then they go straight into the scene where they meet the dude. Yep. And they change the album cover. Yep. And they talking about, oh, it's for the crossover to the white audience. And this is one of my favorite scenes. Because they was like, why is niggas always crossing over?
Yeah.
They was like, if the white boys sound like niggas, they making all the money. And I was like, that shit is still relevant to this day.
To this day, I was gonna say it, bro. It's crazy because they can sing, like you said, they can sing like that and go far. Like, but you can't be. I mean, look at the R&B singers now. They're not big, even though those ones that can really go, really can sing and really can do. They not really big. They just doing little. They still making money with they fan base. You know what I mean? But it's if you're I'm gonna just be real. If you Robin Thicke and stuff like that, of course it blow you up fast, and you just doing what they been doing. So it's crazy. And I know Prince. That's the reason he had a problem with certain people. Yeah, you feel me? So hey, it's relevant to this day. That's what I mean. And this whole thing, it was basically based off. They said it took basically based off all the old school groups like Temptations, all these other ones, and basically put it all together. So they had to deal with this on the regular. So it's they had the drug scene. Eddie Kane got on there. So it's all in all, it's like you said, it's in the top 5 if it's not number 1 for me for these black movies like this. Like, I was trying to think of another. Well, is this considered a musical, or would it be like? I'm trying to think of another movie that would be on this level.
I think it is like a musical, actually.
It's like, yeah, it is, huh?
Because it's not I'm a biopic because
it's not
a real group that they're doing. It's just about like a whole bunch of groups. So I would think it's like that, huh? It's in the line of a musical.
And I don't think I've seen a musical that was on this level, especially with the acting. Like I said, the acting is ridiculous. Like, everybody played their part. And Tico, what's his name? Tico Wells, the one that played Choir Boy. They said he just got in because they needed one more person, and they had it in New York, a big audition, and he just came in. They said Robert Townsend said he talked to him for he riffed with him for 15 minutes, and he was like, okay, he gonna play Choir Boy. I was like, man, that's crazy. So he left up right there and got in.
Speaking of Choir Boys, okay, I'm gonna stay on Choir Boy for a little bit.
For sure, yeah.
The scene outside the hospital where he is, where he hugs, is it Tanya? Her name?
Yeah, Tanya.
That confuses me because Duck now thinks that she's having an affair with Choir Boy, and we don't see nothing about Choir Boy after that. Because then after that, we see her, she leave the house, and he follows her to the hotel. And then the dude outside was like, I just seen your brother go up. So now he's like, oh, it's my brother that's messing with her. And I'm like, what was the whole thing about outside with Choir Boy then? Like, what was that conversation?
What was that conversation?
So we didn't get that, Robert Townsend. I need that information.
That's true.
If it didn't make the movie, but you still left that in there, I'm confused.
Dang, that's real. They never actually said what he was talking to her about. Maybe he was talking to her. I'm just assuming maybe he was talking to her. Well, that tell me, so he knew that.
He probably knew about her and JT.
And didn't.
And that's cold too.
Yeah, that's
but JT should have told his brother. That he used to mess with her. Because even if you just was doing what y'all was doing at first, and then she was like, oh, I like Duck now, and then all of a sudden, it gets more serious. It should have been like, hey, look, I used to meet her on the road or whatever, but never did it.
It kind of reminded me of that one story, them B2K boys. Did they have a little issue like that? That's crazy. Because I mean, now that I think about it, I didn't know he knew too. That's basically, he knew. He was trying to tell her, I guess to tell him. But hugging her and stuff too, I don't know what that about, but I guess it was like that. I guess. But that's real. I would want to know too what really was said.
Or he was like, I know like the situation, but I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you tell him.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, thank you, and hugged her. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, she was wrong.
Yeah.
So then at the ceremony, when everybody getting their awards, she was like, I want to thank my wife and my brother. And then he was like, I'm leaving the group. Also, the addition of Flash to the group, I did not like. I get why it happened, because that's like all the groups, they didn't add somebody like Johnny Gill when he joined New Edition. I get it.
Yeah.
But, man, nobody wanted Flash in that group.
I know. When I saw that, because it was kind of, because, you know, like I said, Eddie Kane was him. So when they did that, it did feel like he was trying to take his spot. He was trying to be him.
Eddie Kane was Bobby.
You feel me? Yeah.
He was Bobby.
He was Bobby. Yeah. That's basically what it was. So he was like, when JT, when they were singing to that girl,
had to sing off.
Usher done did that a lot right now.
I had that thought. I was like, JT started this Usher movement right here.
Yep. Oh, you right.
Because he sang to her.
You're right.
Next to her husband.
Yep.
She want to pass out like laying like that. And he was like, all right, bet, I'm leaving.
Yeah, bro, that was crazy. Hey, that was even that song. Just in case.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not what it should be. And he was, oh wow.
See, I would have jumped in right there, but I'm not hitting. I ain't hitting the notes like that. So I'm gonna play my.
Hey.
I'm not even gonna play myself.
Hey, he was. Yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes too, because JT it showed him a little something. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think the only person, to be honest, when I think about it now, the only person that didn't have a breakout scene like that was Dresser. Like even Duck had that scene when they the very first scene when he was playing the piano and then did his little singing. Yeah, Dresser didn't really have no.
Hey, but Duck was only supposed to be. He was only to write the music and play the music. Yeah. But then because he said I wrote the song in 5-part harmony. Yeah. 5-part harmony. So that was supposed to be Dresser, Choir Boy, JT, Eddie Kane, and Bobby was supposed to be the 5 harmony.
Supposed to be the 5 harmony.
He was just supposed to be the one that right.
Doing it right. Oh, gotcha. And just playing the piano. Yeah. That's crazy. So it did turn out good for them to I guess it did turn out good for him. For Bobby.
For him to not show up, got shot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But again, on the way to the hotel when he was trying to follow his girl, on the radio it was saying Eddie Kane got shot.
Yeah, I know. I
was like, dang. So when he left the group, he was going through what he was going through, obviously. And then that happened. I think it was before that when he came to the show. Oh, and he got the friend and he was like, nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Yeah. I could sing that one because in that scene, it was horrible. See? So
I think that was really him singing.
Yeah, he was like, nights like this. I was like, Eddie K, man, you feel get out of here.
I think that scene, that was hard to watch.
He said, I still got it. We was like,
yeah.
You don't.
And then Flash came out, looked at him with all the women and stuff, and walked past. I was like, dang, bro. Yeah, that was, yeah. But it all wrapped back around.
There was light at the end of the tunnel.
You feel me? I felt, man, when he went to that was chills right there.
Yeah, when he was in the church.
And he looked up and it was him. I was like, bruh.
Yeah.
Man.
And Baby Doll.
Yeah. She stuck by his, man,
the whole time.
She stuck by his side, bruh. Nobody really talk about her.
Yeah.
Like she stuck by his side through the toughest times. It's like, I'm like, it was one of those heartfelt scenes, man. You were just like, bro, I'm glad because they could have just, you know what I mean? They could have just had him just not be there no more.
Yeah.
So the fact that they had let him come back, then they said that this guy that was addicted, he was on drugs. He saw Robert Townsend and said he saw that movie. And the reason he got clean was because of Eddie Kane. I was like, bruh.
That's how movies be.
You see what I'm saying? I was like, this is how deep this movie is, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this movie is so good. So that's why it was crazy to me when they said it didn't do good. It's go back and watch this movie. I'm telling you now, if we did it, because musicals came in like back then. I don't think they was that big. That's why it might have didn't do that good. But musicals, especially when it comes to the black ones, they was on a different. They was we had it was on a different path with their movies. But now we make musicals now. I think this one, if they would have did it now, it probably would have been one of the biggest ones ever. But it still is to this day now because people got to watch it. It just didn't do good in the movies. But when people got to watch it at home and everything, they fell in love with it. It's the greatest, like I said, it is to me the greatest musical that I've ever watched. Because I've seen some musicals and it wasn't acting like this. Like you felt every character really being, you felt like that was that person. It wasn't them acting at all. So, man, I love this movie. Love it.
Okay, I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna ask the question that I ask every time.
I know.
The recast. If they cast it today, now this is why I wouldn't want to see it, right? Mm-hmm. Because we tend to use the same actor that we use in other musicals. So it would be like if you were in the New Edition movie, they would have just had them as a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. And I would get it because you would have like Keith Powers play Dresser. You would have probably like Luke James play Eddie Kane. Jr.
He probably could do it too.
Because he can actually sing.
Yeah.
So they have people that actually sing. Algie Smith would be choir boy, or you would get something Kelly to play choir boy. I forget his first name.
Which one was Bobby Brown?
Bobby Brown was
I forgot his name.
McCain is his last name.
McCain. Which one you think he would play? You think he'd be JT?
I wouldn't put him as JT.
Yeah.
I want somebody that's taller to play JT. Like you could have Luke James play JT, or you could have him play the King, but I'll probably have him play the King instead.
I know, because I think he would actually do that one okay.
But there's like a lot of people that could actually like sing and act now.
Yeah, now
so you would have them,
because back in this movie, the only one that really could sing and act was JT. Was Leon? He actually could sing for real.
Oh yeah, Leon is multifaceted for sure.
Yeah. Man, that's tough. I just don't even know because I wouldn't even want it. Now I wouldn't even want it to be done. Like, it'd be tough. Because I wouldn't even want to watch it and just be like, bruh, they just ruined this. Yeah. But I feel, those was they probably would just get them though. And then like I said, I don't know. It'd be hard to remake.
But again, if you do it with small name people like they did, it works out usually. But if you do people that everybody know, it kind of like, oh, it's him playing somebody else. So now it's like, oh, that's Bobby Brown that's playing this person.
I know, that's what.
So it's like,
oh, you're right. If they get somebody that nobody know, it would be good.
It's like, I don't know who you are, and this is good. But if it's like, oh, you play Johnny Gill, that's who I see you as now, or whatever the case may be.
You know what I was gonna say too? Because they can't just keep it exactly the same.
Yeah.
So what would we want to see? I would want to see Bobby's character and see like what was he doing before he got shot and he got out the group.
Oh, the group before.
Yeah. Like I would want to see the group before with those ones and Duck just playing the piano.
You want to see how it started?
Yeah, how it started. Now if they did remake it, that would be something I would want to see. Like how it started before, then lead up to what happened. And then, like you said, throw the scene in when he was talking to her. When he's talking to Tanya about whatever they were talking about. And they would have to still do one more thing. Like, what else would you put in it? At least we know
the Big Red Pass. Gotta have like how he became Big Red.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Now, if you put that added to it with just actors we don't know, I think it could be good. And of course, we know the murder scene would probably be even worse.
Yeah.
Like, I know they're going to put an extra.
That was horrible.
That was horrible.
That looked bad.
Yeah. So I know they'll.
Hey, but Jadena could play Big Red. I'm a classic man. Yeah,
you right about that because Hey, that would be a perfect fit for that one. Big Red, yeah. Jadena, yeah.
That'd be hard.
Now that one would be good because, and like you said, now if they get him, I would want to see him coming up at the same. Like, you know what I mean? If they could go back and forth, show the 5 Heartbeats doing what they do, and then him kind of doing art.
Yeah.
I mean, but then it would have to go back further though, because him and the manager, Big Red and the manager already knew each other before, so we would have to see that first.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, even if they did that first, did the Big Red movie, where you got to see him coming up, and then all of a sudden go to the 5 Heartbeats, that might be something to see, because then they could have a Sarge and I forgot the manager's name.
Yeah.
But they could have them.
Jimmy.
They could show all them coming up. Then go to the 5 Heartbeats. I think that would be kind of cool right there.
Robert Townsend, if you want to do it, or if you want to make it on Tubi, it don't matter.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch it, but if it's not good, I'm gonna say it's not good either.
I know, man. God, dog.
Y'all still want to hang with old Eddie Kane?
Oh man.
Ben?
Yeah.
That was a great scene too.
That was a great.
And Flash had another group with the 5 horsemen behind him.
Yeah.
That's why he trashed.
Oh, that's right. He would sell out like a mug, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And they was turned it on. And it was like, I'm like playing no Flash. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling on that. Yup. And they got up and then
5 heartbeats.
Yeah.
They got up. It was a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
And what I appreciate in that last scene is that Jimmy's wife was still there. Eddie Kane was there, and there was like no like hate to where it's like I can't be around him because of what happened to my husband. Yeah, even though it was kind of
like you know how they peeked over at her when he said that. Yeah, still want to hang with old Eddie Kane, and they was like she looked at him and she actually felt sad. You know what I mean? Because she knew he was going through a lot. You know what I mean? So you right about that because they showed too. You can't be. You know what I mean? He was going through a lot. I mean, we saw what happened when even his dad told him he wasn't going to be nothing. Yeah. That was crazy to me. I was like, God, dog. He's like, I ain't shit. You ain't going to be shit. I'm like, God. And he had to hear that. So it's crazy. So, like I said, like you said, this is a top movie for sure. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Great movie, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got nothing else.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Well, I'm pretty sure we gave y'all everything you need to know. Yeah. You feel me? So, hey, this has been another episode of Back in the Days. We're gonna have it down below too, where y'all can follow us at. Or be down here. You feel me? Where y'all can follow us at and everything. All right. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Hey, we'll be back.
Yeah.